How to embroider names on Keyfobs. Today I'm going to show you how I machine embroider these names on the Keyfobs, and I really love them. I even made one for my vacuum. So right here you can see I'm doing separate files. So I got Sandy, and then I got Debbie, Crystal, and then Sean. And they're all like, this one is at the top, middle, and bottom. Okay, so I got all my names on my USB port. So I'm going to put it into my embroidery machine here. And I'm just using a tearaway stabilizer. And notice I haven't glued, let me bring this over here. I haven't, stuck anything on this yet. So I'm going to put it into my machine. And I'm going to find the file. But you might be like, why is she doing it that way? But this is the way that I found that has worked. And so I'm going to find my first one that said Sandy because it was like up high on the grid. And so each of my files, I just do them one by one. Okay, so I got this right here, but for some reason, and this is what I cannot figure out, it won't go up higher even though it is able to go up higher. And so that's why I use this method. And so now I'm just going to place this right here, and then I can just take this, let's see here. I'm gonna move it over a little bit more. Put this one right here. So I'm just spraying this adhesive on it. I'm going to do it away from my embroidery machine. And then I've got the line right here. So that's how I find my placement. And that is centered. And then I like to put a little bit of tape to hold it down. Okay, so that one is finished sewing. So now I'm just going to go back and find the next one. So I'm going to delete this one, and then I'm going to find my next one here. Okay, and then this one I'm going to place right next to it. So I'm going to pull the tape off of this one because I've got to secure this one in place, and then I'm going to tape this one down so it won't move. Okay, so it's going over here, so I know that I do not have the position right. Let's see, right there looks like a good position. Let me put my needle down and see. Is that in the middle? You guys, I would use my marking tool. I just can never find it. That looks like it's in the middle. This one is done, so I'm going to go and I'm going to find my next one. Okay, so here are the 3 that I did. And for some reason, yeah, it wouldn't let me go up higher than that. I may have gotten my settings wrong. And then if you want to stay tuned to watch how I install the hardware, keep watching for that. And because my machine would not go up higher, I'm just going to turn this upside down like this and fit another one in there. I haven't had my machine for very long, so I don't know all the details of it. But what I'm going to do is I am just going to slide my last one in right down here and get that one finished, because I don't like to waste stabilizer. Okay, so I need to position it better. Okay, so that's how I was able to do it. This one is, let's see. This font is the Farm to Table by Juju Designs by Juju. And then this one here is the Fin. This font I use the most. That one is like my most favorite. So if you found this tutorial helpful, or even if you found it confusing, leave me a comment below. Also remember, don't go anywhere if you want to see how I made these key fobs, and then also how I attached the hardware. Keep watching. So now when I take it off, I'm just gonna tear it away, and it comes off so easily. People had kind of like had concern, like, well, what does it look like in the back? But you're not really gonna see the back because it's going to go on like this. So I don't pay too much attention about the backing of it, although it looks just fine to me. You know, you can just clean those up, and then you're gonna attach the key fob like this. Okay, so I've sewn up my scrappy fabrics together right here, and now I'm just going to fold it in half to get the half line, and then I'm going to place my Warm and Natural or any type of stabilizer on the inside and fold that in on both sides to get rid of the raw edges, and just make sure that it hits the very edge so that it is 1 inch. That's going to be 1 inch, and that's to get your key fob to fit in there very nicely. And now we'll just take it over to the sewing machine. And I am using my walking foot, and it's at a 3 stitch length. And I'm just sewing it on the very, very edge. And I'm going to sew down 4 different times to get those neat little lines in it. So here's my second time going around, and then I'll do one more. And I'm really just eyeballing the spaces in between. It's just a really small project just to get it just like that. This is such a fast sewing project that I'm just going to quickly do a few more right here. And then I got that in there, and I've already folded it to the edge. And so again, I'm just going to put my stitch length at a 3, and I'm lining it right up to the edge here. And I'm just gonna sew all the way down. And like I said, I'm gonna do 4, I'm gonna sew down at 4 different times. I love scrappy fabric projects, and this is such a quick fabric. It's a quick project. It's a great gift for everyone. After you've got the quilted lines, then you would go and you would embroider the names on them like I did in the beginning. I did try to embroider the names first and then do the quilting and making of the key fob, but I actually like the look of this better, but you certainly can embroider them first if that's what you want to do. After you embroider the names, you're going to want to sew the opposite ends together. I like to sew up the edge right here to keep it stable for when I put in the hardware. So I'm just going to do a couple of back stitches here, and this is where you can also make your key fob shorter if you'd like. I purchased my key fob hardwares on Amazon, and I can put a link in the descriptions tab below. I love this fray check, so I put that on just so that the threads don't fray. These pliers come with the Keyfob kit, so you just balance that in there and make sure those prongs will be on the back. So if you're doing a name, you're gonna have a front and a back to your Keyfob. And just slide that in there, make sure that it is even on both sides. This is why it's important that the Keyfob is 1 inch in width. And just squeeze it down. You don't even have to squeeze that hard. And then you are done. You have a really cute Keyfob. And hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this tutorial. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.